zone, uh, and I would use the linebacker that's blitzing, because always in the 3-4, if you're rushing 4, you have a linebacker coming in off the blitz. So I would always take that linebacker that was coming in off the blitz and use him. So let me show you something fun here. Alright, we're going to pause it real quick. Von Miller is going to be my blitzing linebacker, and he's lined up over the tight end. So, as you'll see here in just a second, I should have used my other controller. I don't know why I didn't. It's my fault. So, I don't even know where that controller's at right now. So, we've got Von Miller lined up over the linebacker right here when we get back into this play. And we're going to use LB, and that's to what I call chuck. I don't know what the game calls it, but LB goes ahead and chucks your player if you're lined up on them pressed. So as you'll see here, Jason Witten. Dang it, it didn't work. Alright, I'm just going to stay on him. I think it's LB. Alright, hold on. I'm all confused now because that did not work. Just bear with me just a second. Where's it at? Yeah. I'm going to try this again because it didn't work that time. What you're doing here is you're trying to keep your tight end. There he goes. Since you're the blitzing guy, it slows down the tight end to give your guys in zone a second. And he didn't do it again. But you're coming in on the blitz, so no matter what, you're coming in. But you're going to go ahead and slow line up straight in front of that tight end. And this is going to give... Oh, my goodness. It's been a while. I've been running a lot of zone lately instead of the blitzer. But that extra little shuck step that you're going to make that tight end do is going to throw off the offense. That gives, as you notice, that gave the tight end, that slowed him down just a half a second off his route. There we go. And as everyone knows, a lot of people use their tight ends a lot, so as you notice there, I threw him off his original route and pushed him back to the inside. Alright, let's go to another play. Yeah, that is LB to do that. You just have to be directly on them. We're just going to go do some random plays. As you notice here, I'm going into zone. And I always read my play using my Stroff, which is LT. Never want to over pursuit. And if you hold your turbo down before you actually make your read, you will over pursuit a lot. That's a little tip that I know we talked about the other day, over pursuing. It's just basically making your reads before you make an actual move. Let's go. 180. This isn't a good play, but And remember, we go back to disguising defenses. That's a big thing. I wish he'd stop running the ball, because Romo don't run the ball like that. As you saw there, we'll go back in the replay. Just a second. Alright, we notice I am, who is that? Ward. You notice I'm holding down left trigger until I make my read that this is not a play action. Originally I was supposed to drop back in zone. So as soon as I see it's a run, I'm letting off and I'm getting back using my X and A buttons, which they just went ahead and let me off the block, and I'm back in the play. Now if I would have, let's try that again. Now I'm just going to turbo it into my zone. I'm all confused. I only in practice mode use my linebackers, so that's another thing that will help getting good at it. As you see, I'm not strafing, so I'm in turbo mode. So if anybody was to go into my zone out here, I'm already, as y'all see, I'm off step. So that leaves Witten wide open because I was just turboing instead of strafing around into my zone. I got engaged in a block there, which I did not want. That's one bad thing about being up close to the line, having a guy dropping back, is those guys will engage you pretty quickly. So, but yeah, as far as that goes, just remember to use your strafe to make your read. And then once you've made your read, then you can go to pursue the ball carrier or your correct zone. But like I said, beginners start off using the guy that's in man coverage on the running back, or use the blitzing linebacker. As far as 4-3 goes, it's completely opposite. When you rush forward, your front four are going to be your blitzers, whereas your linebackers are usually in the coverage. But also, like I said, remember that, let's run this cover one press again against the tight end, because a lot of people like this play right here. PA scissors. Oh, they quick snapped it. Line up over that tight end. Push him off his route just a little, and then go for the blitz, which no one was out there to pick up Jason Witten. Of course. Because there's no one. So you're trying to get Witten. See, I engaged with him just long enough, but he's still wide open with that play. Now, if you want, man up with Witten. That only works for the computer. As long as, I've learned in user games, if you're anywhere close to the tight end and they're making that read, they are going to not throw it to the tight end unless they have some balls and they want to thread it in. Now I'm going to act like I don't know where the tight end's going. And that is where you will get lost every time. Because this play right here is one that a lot of people like to use, that will actually throw off the guy using the linebacker. Just drop into a nickel cover 2. Alright, this isn't the exact play, but it's the same concept from the tight end. Watch the tight end. He's going to make that double move. And a lot of guys that use the linebacker keying in on the tight end's movement think he's going to go outside, and that's not a good play for the defense to show that. Let's go cover 2 man. See, they think he's going outside and he cuts back in. This is an offensive tip. If you notice a guy that is using the linebacker that keeps keying in on your tight end, that is a great move to use to throw them off, because their first read is Witten's going to the outside, so they commit, and he cuts back underneath them. Now, if he's sitting in the pass route, that's obviously a bad throw to make because it's going to be an interception. But it's something to remember. So, like I said, there's a lot of guys that are really great at using the linebacker, and there's a lot of YouTube videos out there. So that is something to remember. Now watch this again, if this works like it's supposed to. I'm going to line up as Von Miller and try to chuck off Witten off his route just a little bit, which gave the linebacker time to get over there and cover. Because watch when I don't touch Miller. Oh, they actually covered the route. They weren't doing that a while ago. But yeah, like I said, there's tons of YouTube videos out there. Like I said, I've never won a Super Bowl, so I don't really know why I give tips, but they're fun to give. I like talking and just rambling on. As anybody who's watched mine and Raiders show knows, we can ramble on about this league for hours upon hours. And a little hidden tip, anybody watching this video who's made it through the end of it, I'm going to give a little Easter egg that starting within 7 days there should be some teams announced, so let's keep that on the down low. But if you watch this video, you've been given a golden ticket that you are going to know when some teams are starting to get announced for the next cycle. So, sorry the rest of the commissioner team, I spoiled the fun, but I'm not going to give out any teams because that's where the fun begins. So be looking for how we're going to release them and stuff coming up pretty soon. So, but yeah, thanks for, I know no one's watching this right now, but the guys who are going to go back and watch this for some little bitty iBO tips. Yeah. But yeah, there's some cool things coming to Daddy Leagues too. I've been playing around with some HTML stuff, and I think we're going to have some cool Daddy League stuff on our page this next year. So be looking for that. I've heard Daddy Leagues is for sure going to get Madden 17 licensing. They actually don't get licensing from what I understand. They just kind of bypass some stuff. That's why they're not officially affiliated with EA. So, but I heard EA hasn't completely screwed it up, so they're not going to be around for 17. So Daddy Leagues will still be here, hopefully. We'll get that page set up and covered. So, but yeah, I'm ready for Madden 17. I know we got one more season of Haw to go, so I'm ready for that to get over with, because that means 17 will be very near, if not right there at early access date. So, but anyways, thanks for watching, and hope to be back closer to 17 with some more tips. I probably will, once I start learning stuff on 17, giving out some new tips if I find anything that anyone's struggling with. with the 17 new mechanics and stuff. So just be looking for that. Good luck this season to anyone still hanging around, and see y'all next time.